Beginning in the 1970s, Augusta joined other cities in the South, sponsoring a river raft race. The Augusta Chronicle and Herald announced plans for the event, which took place in May of 1973. The Augusta JCs were soon brought aboard as co-sponsors. The event, according to the newspaper, would begin above the Interstate 20 bridge and end at a downtown park as part of an arts festival. Performances by the Augusta Theater Company, the Augusta Players Youth Theater, and the Right Spirit Singers will cap the day, the newspaper proclaimed. By April, large advertisements had started to appear in the newspaper advising potential competitors. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. On May 20th, the big day came. The rafts were launched, and a winner eventually crossed the finish line. It took 47 minutes. With no fatalities or lawsuits reported, the once-in-a-lifetime event returned the next year and several years afterward. By 1975, there were 400 vessels, 1,300 participants, and an estimated 6,000 observers. By 1976, there were 2,500 participants. Rain dampened the 1977 crowd, and the slump continued in 1978. But the surge returned in 1979 when the event shifted to Saturday. Participation jumped to 3,000, and a Chronicle editorial the next day proclaimed it all a huge success because it brought people downtown, something that hadn't happened since the Regency and Augusta malls had opened the year before. By 1981, spectators were numbering between 15 and 20,000. The folks who paid to enter were about 2,500. But then things began to change. In 1983, only half of the 2,000 entrants even showed up. The newspaper reported that officials blamed a recent ban on beer on the rafts. That didn't stop some people, because Augusta police arrested 14, charging most of them with being drunk and disorderly. Others complained that rangers with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers were too vigorous in their enforcement of life preserver requirements for the rafters. Over the years, interest in the event ebbed and flowed, much like the river itself. For the past 9 years, the Savannah Riverkeeper has sponsored Paddle Fest, a wonderful event that has featured kayaks, canoes, stand-up paddle boards, and the traditional homemade rafts. It's probably a little less crowded and a lot more civilized. But I bet you there are some of you older folks out there that remember when the river had a lot more rascals than rafts, and perhaps a little bit more fun.